Same makeup look, just got my hair out my face. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to shake things up and do an eyeshadow palette tag. It's been a hot minute since I've done a tag on my channel, so if you're ready, then I'm ready, so let's get started. Before we get started, I do want to say welcome to all of our new family members out there. And in case you're not familiar with me yet, my name is Melissa Leah Garrett and I'm a cruelty-free makeup and beauty reviewer. I'm a makeup enthusiast, a plus-size beauty, and a PNH and ITP fighter. If you'd like to know more about those two diseases, there are videos down below in my playlist that you can check out. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join the fam and hit that notification bell. Therefore, you know when I'm posting, even though I mainly post on Tuesdays and Fridays. Also, give this video a like while you're at it. So yes, I am using the same makeup that I did for my HYPE video, and the reason is because I like this look. So I'm gonna get 2 videos out of it. I am also wearing my earrings that everybody loves from Betsy's Curiosities, and I'm also wearing a piece of her merch. It's the Ghoul Babe shirt. This is part of it. Y'all know I love bats, and I will pop a video or picture somewhere around so you guys can see the full effect of the shirt. So I'm feeling in my glamour ghoulness today. All right, so like I stated, it has been a hot minute since I have done a tag on my channel, and I thought we'd shake things up a bit, do something a little bit different. So I saw a video by a smaller creator named Just Jen, and she did the eyeshadow palette tag. I do believe that this was created by Samantha March. I'm not sure. Please don't come for me. I saw it from Just Jen, and I will link her video down in the description box so you guys can check hers out and give it some love. So let's just go ahead and get into it. For those of you who may not know, I have over 100 palettes. I may have over 150 palettes. I have a lot of palettes. And for this palette tag, we had to choose 13. 13, but they were specific ones. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. For the newest palette, I picked this one because I think this is the most recent that I've reviewed, and I do believe this is the most recent that I purchased. I may have purchased another one, it just hasn't come in yet. But the Juvia's Place Walhalla palette is the newest palette in my collection. I am still playing with this to kind of give like a full, you know, a final impression. That's what I want to say. A final impression. My first impression was just kind of like meh, but I'm still playing around with it so I can get a final impression. Alrighty, for my oldest palette, I have to say something really quick. The first palette that I purchased was the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette, but with everything going on, I do not want to give him any other type of publicity on my channel. I don't purchase his products anymore, and yeah, I don't want to talk about his products on my channel. I want to use what I have, get it over with, and be done with it. So I went to the next oldest palette, and it is the Tarte Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette. This palette, I absolutely love it, and my niece Madison loved it. This is actually, I do believe this is the first palette I bought her, if I'm not mistaken. And this bad boy, oh, it still smells so good. Oh, it's got that vanilla smell to it, and she is loved. So loved. I always wanted this highlighter shade Gator Wings as like a separate highlighter. All right, for the most expensive palette in my collection, and I am so upset that I bought this because this palette was the worst. It is the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. I highly recommend that you guys do not get this palette. It is a gorgeous palette, but the shades just don't work. I don't know what happened to this formula, but it is just the worst. I mean, the metallic shades hard pan really bad. The darker mattes, they're very patchy. The lighter ones are barely there. I just don't like this palette. And this palette was stupid expensive. I do believe this palette was $129. For the most affordable, I tried to pick a palette that you can still get. Now, you won't be able to get this specific one. I tried to do that with all of the palettes that I picked that you might still be able to get. Now, you won't be able to get the specific one, but you can get many from this line. And it is from Profusion. And these are the eyeshadow palettes that are in the tins. These are only $7. And they are really great quality, and you get a brush as well. This is the Amethyst Eyes palette. I love this palette, especially for a travel for a weekend, and I want a palette that's gonna give me like wow, you know, look that I want. And it has just about every color that you need under the sun in this palette. So yeah, I really like Profusion. $7. Please pardon the bruise. For my everyday palette, this palette I absolutely love. And the reason why I picked it for my everyday is because it has 4 shades that you can use as your base. And then it has a butt ton of metallic shades. And it's the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. This palette is just amazing. I love this palette. It is so pretty. You can make so many, it smells so good. You can make so many looks with this. And like I said, it has the 4 base shades, and then you have all these foil shades that just make your eyes just pop and give you that pizzazz. And it's just, I love this as my everyday palette. This next one was a very hard decision because I have a lot of colorful palettes. But I wanted to get one, I wanted to pull one out that is more on the affordable side, and it is the Zulu by Juvia's Place. This bad boy is beautiful. My only downfall is this shade right here. I'm not a big fan of this shade with all of these color shades in there, with all these bright colored shades. That's my only problem. But everything else is just so gorgeous. I love, love, love this palette. The colors are vibrant and bright and pigmented, and they blend amazingly. This is one of the few palettes where the mattes actually work. Like, all the mattes actually work really great, because with Juvia's Place, some of their mattes could be hit or miss. But this is my most colorful palette that I picked out. This next one, I didn't realize how many small palettes I have, but I think between the size of this and the actual size of the palette and the size of the pans, this actually has to be my smallest palette. And it's the Viseart Petite Pro Choo Choo palette. I don't know if it's Choo Choo or Shoo Shoo. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. This palette is gorgeous, and I love, love, love the colors. I actually made a look with this. I'm not sure if I may have done it. I know I did a tutorial over on my Instagram, but I'm not sure if I did a review on this or not. But I love this palette. It is super tiny, as you see, but it's just like it's a perfect travel palette for like a night away. Because sometimes, you know, me and the hubster will go off for a night and I need something quick to grab, and I'll grab this. Now, on the opposite side, I'm going to show you my biggest palette I have. And there were actually a couple that I had to compare to each other, but it's this one. This is the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro palette, the Ultimate Artistry Shadow palette. I love this palette. I still reach for this on the regular. It is so beautiful, and it is so inexpensive too. And the shades are just, they are so gorgeous, and they work so well. I absolutely love this palette, and this is my biggest one. I think there's 45, either 42, 40, 42, 45 shades in here. 42. I just read it on the back. There's 42 shades in this, and they are just amazing. Great quality, super inexpensive. Highly recommend that you guys go get this. I'm pretty sure BH Cosmetics still has this in stock. The palette with the best memory. I have to, okay, let me tell you why the Pure Trolls palette is my best memory. One, because I had to go all over God's creation to find this palette. And it is one of my all-time favorite palettes. I mean, as you see, she is well-loved. Well loved. I had to go over God's creation to find this palette because it was sold out for so long, and I finally got it at Kohl's. And I almost didn't get it at Kohl's because I didn't see it. But the hubster did. And he was like, look, baby girl, there's your palette. And I was like, oh my God. And this is the first palette that I think my nieces used, and they absolutely loved it. I gave this to all of my nieces for Christmas that year. And it is an amazing, amazing palette. I really wish they would bring this back. They do have the part 2 of this palette out now, and I highly recommend you get those because they are amazing. But I really wish they would just bring this back just one more time. The next palette, it is the palette worth the hype, and I have been hyping this up since it came out, and it is the Rebel Rouge Labs Losing My Religion palette. This is one of my all-time favorite palettes, especially from an indie brand. I love this color scheme. They're pigmented, they are creamy, they are beautiful, they blend amazing. The packaging is just spectacular, and to hype this up even more than what I already have is probably near impossible because I've hyped it up pretty well. And honorable mention, the sister palette to it, the Karma Chameleon palette that just came out not too long ago, is a perfect match with this. I mean, you can interchange shades with this and that one, and you can make a numerous amount of looks. I am so tongue-tied because I love this palette so much. Now on the flip side, we're going to go to the palette that I thought was not worth the hype. And I may get some heat for this, but I don't care. This one. This is good. Just let me explain. This is good if you've never had an ABH palette before. If you have an ABH palette, if you have multiple ABH palettes, there's no reason for you to have this at all. I just think the color scheme is a little out of whack. And there are just so many purple shades in this and in all of the other palettes. It's just like, come on, Norvina, we know your favorite color is purple. How many more shades of purple can you throw at us? It just was not worth the hype for me. And especially because this has a $60 price tag on it. It was just meh for me. Hence why I never got the other ones. The next one, favorite palette for my favorite brand. This one was tough because I have a lot of favorite brands in those bins behind me. Well, not bins, but in those drawers behind me. But this one, hold on. I'm talking too much, so my lipstick is bunching up in the corners of my mouth, which is not cute at all. But this one right here, when I got it, I was just like, oh my God. This is the Tokyo palette from Nomad Cosmetics. I love this palette. It is a pastel lover's dream. It is so pretty. These duochrome shades down here are just, top of the line. I like using this one as a highlighter. Otaku. I love using that as a highlighter. I like how there's the gray shades in there too, to just kind of give you a little bit of diversity. It's just a really, really fantastic palette. This is actually out of stock right now. I do believe they're going to restock it in either later this month or in July. Be on the lookout on my Instagram stories for information on the restock of this palette. And I have to be honest with you guys, it was between this and the Berlin Underground palette from Nomad Cosmetics that I was going to pick for this one. But I picked this one because it is just so, so pretty. And last but not least, we have my most used palette. And it is this little bad boy right here. This is the Too Faced Matte Chocolate Chip palette. And when I say this is my most used palette, this is my most used palette. I'm about ready to hit pan in 4 of the shades in this bad boy. I use this on its own. I use this as transition shades. I use this as to dark out my outer corner. This is just, if you have that palette where you don't have the shades that you need this bad boy, because it's just gonna, yeah. It's going to help you out. That's what I want to say. I mean, you have this purple shade in there. You have this light pink shade, this white shade. This cream shade right here is what I use to set my lids all the time. If I need to set my lids, it is just an amazing, amazing palette. I do believe you can still get this at Sephora, if I'm not mistaken. There you have it. Those are the 13 palettes that I chose for this palette tag. I really hope you enjoyed the products that are the palettes that I did pick out, and the little bit of backstories behind each and every one of them. Like I said, I have over 100 palettes to choose from, and it was very, very tough because I have a lot that I absolutely love. I'm going to place the questions in the description box. If you want to do this tag on your own, let me know if you guys do it, because I want to see what you guys pick out as well. See if we kind of match or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And that is all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget, all my social media handles will be down in the description box. Come on over. We have fun on those pages as well. I do not, however, have a Twitter account. So if you happen to see one with my face and this gorgeous smile, report it because it's fake. Also, all the products that I use to make this makeup look will be down in the description box as well. I love you all so much, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. Ugh, you talk so much and your lipstick starts bunching up at the corners of your mouth. Not cute. Not cute at all. My hands are stupid dry. I need to put some lotion on. 13 palettes out of 10 million that I have.